No One Will Save You, released in 2023, is a science fiction and suspense film directed by Brian Duffield that delves into the depths of loneliness, trauma, and human resilience in a peculiar and challenging setting. This feature film, available on Hulu, has captivated audiences and critics alike with its original and atmospheric approach, marked by a surprising narrative minimalism. Over its approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes runtime, the film immerses viewers in a cinematic experience where verbal communication is almost non-existent. This element becomes one of the story's main pillars, highlighting Duffield's skill in conveying emotions and building tension solely through visual and sound performances. The protagonist, Bryn Adams, masterfully portrayed by Caitlin Dever, is a lonely young woman carrying the weight of a tragic past. Her journey begins in a bucolic and isolated environment that quickly turns into a psychological and physical battleground when extraterrestrial forces invade her world. But what sets No One Will Save You apart from other alien invasion films? Let us explore this in detail. Part 2: Technical Analysis and Direction. The direction of Brian Duffield is undoubtedly the highlight of this film. He uses every visual and sound element as a narrative tool to create a constant sense of discomfort and curiosity. The decision to keep dialogues almost entirely absent is bold and elevates the movie to a unique cinematic experience. Aaron Morton's cinematography is flawless, offering frames that blend everyday peace with cosmic horror. The way the camera follows Bryn, especially during chase sequences or moments of introspection, makes the viewer feel the protagonist's anguish and isolation. The cold tones and contrasting lighting reinforce the film's tension and mystery. The sound design is praiseworthy. With no dialogues to guide the audience's emotions, the soundtrack and sound effects take center stage. From the alien invaders' noises to the ambient sounds, every auditory detail builds a suffocating and intriguing atmosphere. Part 3: Acting and Character Development. Caitlin Dever delivers a stunning performance as Bryn. Her ability to communicate fear, sadness, determination, and even hope solely through facial expressions and body language is a testament to her talent as an actress. Bryn is not just a survivor. She is a complex character who battles not only external threats, but also the ghosts of her past. The character's construction is intentionally ambiguous, allowing the audience to interpret her motivations and actions in different ways. Why does she live so isolated? What happened in her past that left her so reclusive? These questions linger throughout much of the movie, and when the answers finally come, they are as disturbing as the aliens themselves. Part 4: Symbolism and Central Themes. No One Will Save You is not merely a movie about aliens. Above all, it is a study of trauma, guilt, and redemption. The alien invasion can be seen as a metaphor for the internal demons haunting Bryn, forcing her to confront her pain and seek a new purpose for her existence. The title of the film is a somber reminder of Bryn's solitude, but also of the necessity for self-reliance. No one will come to save her because true salvation must come from within. This idea is reinforced throughout the film as Bryn faces challenges that demand extreme courage and resilience. Duffield's portrayal of the aliens is particularly fascinating. They are not mere generic monsters. Their presence is unsettling and eerie, with movements and sounds that defy conventional expectations. The lack of a clear explanation for their origin or purpose makes them even more frightening, a choice that emphasizes mystery over easy answers. Part 5: Comparisons with other films in the genre. When watching No One Will Save You, it is impossible not to draw parallels with other science fiction and suspense classics. Films such as A Quiet Place and Signs come to mind, particularly in how they use sound and silence to build tension. However, while those films offer moments of relief and human interactions, Duffield chooses to dive completely into isolation and introspection. This singular focus distinguishes the film, but can also be divisive for audiences. Some may find the lack of dialogue and explanations frustrating, while others will appreciate the boldness of telling a story almost exclusively visually. Part 6: Narrative Structure and Pacing. The narrative structure of No One Will Save You is distinctly unconventional. From the beginning, the film opts for a meticulously crafted pace that alternates between moments of apparent calm and bursts of tension. This approach demands the viewer's full attention and may challenge those accustomed to more straightforward storytelling. The first act introduces Bryn in her solitude, with a seemingly monotonous daily routine imbued with melancholy. While the start may feel slow, it is essential for establishing a stark contrast with the intense action that follows. When the alien invasion begins, the film accelerates abruptly, delivering a series of chase sequences and confrontations choreographed with precision. However, it is in the third act that the narrative takes an unexpected turn. Instead of a conventional resolution, Duffield chooses an open-ended conclusion filled with symbolism and subtext. This choice may polarize audiences, but reinforces the film's intent to serve as a reflective experience rather than merely a linear story. Part 7. Alien Design and Horror Elements. The alien design is one of the film's most memorable aspects. Their appearance is strange and unsettling, blending familiar traits of classic extraterrestrial depictions with movements and behaviors that feel fundamentally alien. Their elongated bodies, piercing eyes, and almost dance-like movements create a viscerally disconcerting experience. Duffield uses these creatures not only as antagonists, but also as tools to heighten psychological terror. Their presence is nearly always implied before being revealed, through shadows, sounds, or moving objects. This approach, combined with the absence of dialogue, forces the audience to focus on details, amplifying the tension in every scene. Moreover, the interaction between Bryn and the aliens transcends physical confrontation. There are moments when their connection seems almost symbiotic, suggesting that the invaders are not purely destructive forces, but perhaps entities reflecting Bryn's deepest fears and desires. Part 8. Emotional Impact and Philosophical Reflections. The emotional impact of No One Will Save You is profound. Bryn's loneliness, explored with such sensitivity, resonates on a universal level, particularly in a post-pandemic world where isolation has become a shared experience for many. The film's exploration of humanity's need for connection, even in extraordinary circumstances, is both moving and disturbing. On a more philosophical level, the film invites viewers to reflect on the internal struggle between self-sufficiency and the need for redemption. Bryn appears at first to have accepted her reclusiveness, but the arrival of the aliens forces her to confront truths she has tried to suppress. A central question also emerges: are the aliens truly enemies? Or is their presence a catalyst for Bryn's transformation? This moral and existential dilemma adds complexity to the narrative, turning the film into something much deeper than a survival story. Part 9. Strengths and Weaknesses. The strengths of No One Will Save You are undeniable. The bold direction, stunning cinematography, exceptional sound design, and Caitlin Dever's mesmerizing performance make this one of the most original films of 2023. Its ability to convey a complex story without dialogue is a testament to Duffield and his team's talent. However, the film is not without its critiques. The lack of dialogue, which many see as a strength, may alienate part of the audience. Additionally, the slow pace of the opening and the ambiguous ending could frustrate viewers expecting a more traditional resolution. Another potential criticism is the lack of development for other characters. While the focus on Bryn is understandable, the absence of significant human interactions can make some moments feel devoid of broader emotional context. Part X. Legacy and Final Thoughts. No One Will Save You is a cinematic masterpiece that defies conventions and offers a unique experience. It is not an easy or conventional film, but that is precisely what makes it memorable. It demands patience, attention, and a willingness to embrace mystery and ambiguity. Brian Duffield demonstrates with this work that he is a visionary storyteller, unafraid to take risks in creating something truly original. The film not only entertains, but also provokes reflections on universal themes of loneliness, trauma, and self-redemption. For those who appreciate cinema that transcends genre boundaries and challenges expectations, No One Will Save You is essential. It proves that even in an industry saturated with predictable blockbusters, there is still room for bold and innovative narratives. This is a film that will stay with you long after the credits roll. Part 1. The Language of Silence. One of the most intriguing aspects of No One Will Save You is its lack of spoken dialogue, a decision that transforms the film into an almost experimental experience. This narrative choice reflects Bryn's emotional isolation, her inability, or refusal, to communicate verbally with the world around her, mirroring her internal struggle with trauma. However, the absence of words does not equate to an absence of communication. Caitlin Dever's body language, the ambient sounds, and subtle glances carry profound meaning. This forces the audience to become more attentive observers, interpreting each movement and sound as a crucial piece of the emotional and narrative puzzle. This approach also heightens the tension. Without dialogue to provide relief or explanations, the silence becomes oppressive, creating a sense of vulnerability that permeates every scene. The film underscores that what remains unsaid can be as powerful, if not more, than what is spoken. Part 29. The house as a character. Bryn's home plays a crucial role in the story, almost functioning as a character in its own right. It symbolizes both a refuge and a prison, reflecting her internal struggle between the safety of isolation and the pain it perpetuates. Each room is meticulously showcased, with details revealing more about Bryn than any dialogue could. Objects such as old letters, photographs, and mementos tell the story of a past she tries to suppress. The house is simultaneously her sanctuary and a constant reminder of her suffering. As the alien invaders infiltrate the house, her domestic space transforms into a battleground. This physical invasion mirrors the emotional violation Bryn endures, forcing her to confront both her external enemies and the darkest parts of herself. Part 14. Visual style and artistic influences. The visual style of No One Will Save You is flawless, blending the mundane with the surreal. Cool tones dominate the color palette, reinforcing the themes of isolation and uncertainty. In contrast, intense moments, particularly those involving the aliens, are marked by bright lights and almost otherworldly colors, creating a visual tension that amplifies the unease. There are clear influences from sci-fi classics like E.T., the Extraterrestrial, and The Thing, but Duffield adds his unique touch, mixing the familiar with the strange in unexpected ways. The use of long takes and tilted angles increases discomfort, while close-ups of Bryn capture every nuance of her emotional performance. The practical and digital effects for the aliens are exemplary. They avoid exaggeration, maintaining a design that is disturbing without being overly grotesque. This contributes to the realism of the film, even within a fantastical context. Part 14. Bryn's past revealed. One of the most impactful revelations in the film is the reason behind Bryn's isolation. Throughout the narrative, subtle clues hint that she harbors a dark secret. When the truth is finally unveiled, it adds a new layer of complexity to her character. This revelation transforms the alien invasion into more than just an external threat. It becomes a catalyst for Bryn to confront her past and seek redemption. The way the film intertwines her personal trauma with the supernatural events is a testament to Duffield's skill in merging emotional depth with the fantastical. This connection also raises important questions about guilt, responsibility, and the process of healing. Bryn is not a conventional heroine. She is deeply flawed, but it is precisely this imperfection that makes her so human and relatable. Part 15. Cultural impact and discussions. Since its release, No One Will Save You has sparked widespread discussions among critics and audiences. Some praise its originality and boldness in avoiding predictable formulas, while others criticize its minimalist narrative and ambiguous ending. The film has also inspired debates about the role of sound and silence in cinema, and the effectiveness of stories told almost entirely through imagery. It proves that there is still room for innovation in film, even within a genre as well-trodden as science fiction. Furthermore, Caitlin Dever's performance has been widely recognized as one of her best, cementing her status as one of the most talented actresses of her generation. Part 16. The meaning of the title and its implications. The title No One Will Save You carries a symbolic weight that permeates the entire narrative. It serves both as a warning and as a manifesto for emotional and physical independence. At the beginning of the story, Bryn is introduced as someone living in complete isolation, distanced from society, for initially unknown reasons. The absence of supportive figures, friends, or family reinforces the notion that she is utterly alone in every sense. However, as the film progresses, the phrase transforms into something deeper, a declaration that true strength and redemption can only come from within. The title also resonates on a metaphorical level. It challenges the audience to reflect on their internal battles and consider how, in many situations, the resolution of our deepest conflicts depends on our willingness to face them head-on. Part 17. The ambiguous ending. The ending of No One Will Save You is deliberately ambiguous, a creative choice that has left audiences divided, but also elevated the film to a higher level of analysis and debate. After a series of intense confrontations and introspective moments, Bryn seems to find a way to coexist with the aliens. This conclusion can be interpreted in several ways. On one hand, it might symbolize Bryn's acceptance of her circumstances and her past. On the other, it could suggest that the alien invasion is not literal, but a manifestation of her internal struggle against guilt and trauma. Another compelling interpretation is that the aliens represent a kind of purgatory or cosmic tribunal, forcing Bryn to confront her mistakes before finding peace. Her final smile, a mix of relief, resignation, and perhaps even joy, provides a powerful conclusion that raises more questions than it answers. Part 18. Relevance of psychological and emotional themes. One of the film's greatest achievements is its ability to tackle profound and universal themes through a seemingly simple narrative. The alien invasion serves as a metaphor for issues such as social and emotional isolation. Bryn's self-imposed exile reflects the loneliness many experience in different phases of life. Guilt and forgiveness. The protagonist's journey is as much an external battle as it is an internal quest for acceptance and redemption. Human resilience. Despite immense adversity, Bryn demonstrates an incredible strength, proving that determination can overcome even the most terrifying challenges. These themes are explored with such subtlety and effectiveness that they resonate with audiences on a personal level, transcending the conventions of the science fiction genre. Part 19. Horror and empathy. Unlike many alien invasion films that focus solely on fear and destruction, No One Will Save You creates a connection between horror and empathy. Although the aliens are undoubtedly threatening, there are moments when they are portrayed as almost vulnerable, as if their actions are driven by curiosity or necessity rather than pure malice. This duality challenges the audience to reconsider the traditional roles of victim and villain. Bryn is not just a survivor, and the aliens are not mere monsters. This complexity adds emotional depth to the film, transforming it into much more than a simple survival story. Part 20. Final thoughts and legacy. No One Will Save You is a film that defies conventions and invites viewers to embark on a journey that is as introspective as it is thrilling. Its combination of powerful visual storytelling, profound psychological themes, and daring direction places it among the most remarkable works of 2023. This is a film that will continue to be discussed and analyzed in the years to come, a testament to its originality and cultural impact. Brian Duffield and Caitlin Dever have delivered a work that not only entertains, but also challenges and inspires. A true milestone in the science fiction and suspense genre. And that's it for today's recap on No One Will Save You. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most intriguing films of 2023, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Minute Recaps for more breakdowns, analyses, and hidden details from your favorite movies and series. Got thoughts about the film? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear your theories about that mysterious ending or what the aliens might really represent. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious and keep watching amazing stories unfold. Take care.